Welcome back. Let's continue the big data concepts. What is storage? Storage is a process of storing the data or information. We do have the multiple storage devices which are readily available in the market, which can be the file system, which can be the document storage, which can be relational, or depending upon the need, we can elect the respective data storage device and we can store our data accordingly. We do have the similar component in Hadoop ecosystem, and that is nothing but the HDFS. HDFS means Hadoop Distributed File System. This is pretty much similar to the file system. In file system, we do create and edit the files and then store it back into our physical hard drives like a file based storage. But in HDFS, it stores into the distributed file system, like the set of data nodes can be connected together, and our HDFS which can split our file into multiple chunks, and each and every chunk can be spilled into the each and every data node, so that each and every data node can store our data and then update back to the name node for the history of this particular chunk where exactly it's stored. And we can discuss in detail about the various concepts involved in this particular HDFS architecture in detail, and we do have the different scalable storage accounts are also in place in the cloud vendors. Those are nothing but S3 storage. S3 storage is offered with the Amazon Web Services as the scalable storage, and here we can able to upload or create or place our files into the scalable storage. And in Microsoft Azure, the similar scalable storage can be provided with the Blob Store account, and where we can upload our files, and it can treat like each individual blob to attach to that particular storage account, and it can be scalable. And these particular services are like a pay-as-you-go services, and we can leverage this particular service and then we can pay for whatever we are consuming the storage space. Likewise, Oracle is also providing bucket storage kind of concept, and it can be scalable, and all the cloud providers, they are providing the cloud based storages to accommodate the need of the users to store the data on demand. What do we exactly store in the storage? We do have the relational databases and data warehouses where it can store structured and semi-structured data source. Whereas our Hadoop distributed file system is an extension to it, and it can store the unstructured data as well, because it is irrespective of the file format, and the data can be stored either the structured, semi-structured or unstructured in the file systems way, so that our HDFS can accommodate all the types of the storage formats. Other storages which would be provided with NoSQL era, like MongoDB and Elasticsearch would be the one among those, and even HBase would be providing the columnar storage for the NoSQL kind of approaches. And the Polybus which would be providing us the similar way for storing this particular one, and which would providing you the different flavors of the data connectivity. You can connect it to the cloud platforms to store your data. And we do have the in-memory databases as well, and those can serve your data in the in-memory computation power, and you can immediately get the responses back by keeping this particular data which is in need into the memory. And we do have the documented storages which can be like MongoDB and Elasticsearch. Then these two particular components which can be useful for us to store the JSON documents, and we can query these particular documents based upon the search criteria. And Databricks is also providing its own Databricks file storage, and which is providing us the Delta Lake capabilities in hand that can be discussed in detail in the later sessions. The different file formats which can be useful for you to store into the storage accounts, which can be like a compressed file formats using the Parquet, Avro, ORC formats, which would guarantee that it would provide you the utmost compression techniques which involves for compressing your data, and which can reduce the size of your volumes and then volumes of the data, and then you can leverage the storage disk capacity with the reduction in the size. And JSON is a semi-structured format, and XML is also like a NoSQL kind of format actually. And in the delimited files, like structured formats which can be like a comma separated, tab separated, pipe separated, and control or any kind of control characters would be involved in separating each and every fields. And the fixed width length files would be there, and you can choose any of the file format to store your data. We can discuss in detail about the compression techniques in detail in the later sessions, and for now we can leverage this particular file formats for storing any of our data. And we have discussed about the different storage accounts and different file formats for storing your data. Thank you all.